Laudetur Jesus Christus, praised be Jesus Christ, and welcome to this live broadcast of Pope Leo XIV's visit to the Maqam et-Shahid Martyrs Monument in Algiers. The Pope had arrived in Algeria this morning, just about an hour ago, on April 13th, kicking off his apostolic journey to 4 African nations. My name is Devin Watkins, and I'll be providing the commentary and translation for this papal event. As you can see if you're following us on television or other visual media, the Holy Father has just arrived and helped accompany and carry up a bouquet of roses to place on the Martyrs Monument here in Algiers, which I'll tell you about in just a minute. From wherever you're joining us, I'd like to welcome you to this live broadcast. Some of you may be joining us through our various Vatican media channels, the Vatican News app, the web portal, our English YouTube channel, or our Facebook Live feed. We also welcome all of you who are joining us on our partner broadcast stations, including EWTN TV, Catholic Faith Network in America, Salt and Light TV, Madha TV, Shalom World TV, Madrashan TV, and Catholic TV. The Holy Father paused for a moment in silence at the Martyrs Monument, the Maqam et-Shahid, which is an iconic concrete monument inaugurated in February 1982 for the 20th anniversary of Algeria's independence. The monument stands more than 90 meters high and depicts 3 stylized palm leaves honoring those who fell in the independence struggle against French colonialism. Inside the monument, an eternal flame burns inside the crypt beneath the large monument. If you're following us on radio, I just will keep you informed of what's going on, what we can see on the screen. Currently on the screen we can see the images, the logos of the Holy Father's 4 apostolic, and the 4 nations that the Holy Father will visit during his apostolic journey to Africa. This is the Holy Father's 3rd apostolic journey abroad. And we see him walking down the steps from the monument, where he paused for a moment. Pope Leo departed from Rome at around 8 o'clock this morning, landed in Algiers at about right before 11 o'clock. He was greeted at the airport by the President of Algeria, the President of Algeria is Abdelmadjid Tebboune. After this event, he will go to the Presidential Palace to meet with the President of the Republic of Algeria, and then to speak to the authorities and the civil authorities and diplomatic corps of the nation, which is situated in northern Africa. The Holy Father is walking up to the stadium, the bandstand that has been set up here, where he will address the people of Algeria in front of the monument. First, the Holy Father will be greeted by the Cardinal of Algeria.
Holy Father, quoting Martin Luther King, I might say, I had a dream, and that dream was a Pope visiting Algeria to meet the people with whom the Catholic Church shares a bond of life and a bond of blood. Today, these people welcome you as a Supreme Pontiff as a son of St. Augustine, and above all, as a brother. Our people is like the Maqam al-Shahid, the Martyrs Memorial, at the foot of which you now stand. It is proud, like this monument that rises into the sky of Algiers. And at the same time, it is burdened by a painful and wounded history for which a genuine request for forgiveness is still lacking. It is an incredibly resilient, young, diverse people, eager for encounters, and whose hospitality speaks for itself. Holy Father, since your elections, Algeria has been awaiting the visit of the one who presented himself as a son of St. Augustine, and has been preparing to welcome you as a son of this land. Marhaba bik fi bladna.
And that was Cardinal Jean-Paul Vesco, the Archbishop of Algiers. The Holy Father will now deliver his speech at the Martyrs Monument.
Dear Algerian brothers and sisters, peace be with you. Assalamu alaikum. I give thanks to God for giving me the opportunity to visit your country as the successor of the Apostle Peter, after having already done so twice as a spiritual son of St. Augustine. However, I stand before you first and foremost as a brother who is delighted to be able to renew through this meeting the bonds of affection that bring our hearts closer together.
أيها الإخوة والأخوات الأعزاء في الجزائر السلام عليكم.
And we hear the Pope's words in English being translated into Arabic by a simultaneous translator. So we will go paragraph by paragraph. We'll hear the Holy Father speak in English, and then we will hear his words translated into Arabic after each paragraph.
روابط المودة التي تقرب بين قلوبنا.
Looking at all of you, I see the face of a strong and young people whose hospitality and fraternity I have experienced frequently. In the Algerian heart, friendship, trust, and solidarity are not merely words, but values that matter and give warmth and strength to your life together.
أنظر إليكم جميعا وأرى وجه شعب قوي شاب سبق ولمست فيه كرم الضيافة والأخوة. ففي قلب الجزائريين لا تقتصر الصداقة والثقة والتضامن على الكلمات، إنما هي قيم لها وزنها وتضفي دفئا ومتانة على العيش معا.
Algeria is a great country with a long history rich in traditions dating back to the time of St. Augustine and well before. It is also a painful history marked by periods of violence. Yet, precisely thanks to the nobility of spirit that characterizes you, which I sense is alive even here and now, you have been able to overcome these trials with courage and integrity.
الجزائر بلد نبيل ذو تاريخ عريق وغني بتقاليده منذ زمن القديس أغسطينوس وقبل ذلك بكثير، وهو أيضا تاريخ عرف الألم وعانى من فترات عنف، لكنكم بفضل سمو الروح الذي يميزكم والذي ألمسه حيا هنا الآن قد عرفتم أن تتجاوزوا كل ذلك بشرف وشجاعة.
Our presence here at this monument pays tribute to this history of Algeria and to the very spirit of a people who fought for the independence, dignity, and sovereignty of this nation.
إن الوقوف عند هذا النصب التذكاري هو تكريم لتاريخ الجزائر ولروح شعب ناضل من أجل استقلال وكرامة وسيادة هذه الأمة.
In this place, let us remember that God desires peace for every nation, a peace that is not merely an absence of conflict, but one that is an expression of justice and dignity. This peace, which allows us to face the future with a reconciled spirit, is possible only through forgiveness. The true struggle for liberation will be definitely won only when peace in our hearts has finally been achieved. I know how difficult it is to forgive. However, as conflicts continue to multiply throughout the world, we cannot add resentment upon resentment, generation after generation.
في هذا المقام نستذكر أن الله يريد السلام لكل أمة، سلاما ليس فقط بمعنى غياب الصراع، بل أيضا تعبيرا عن العدل والكرامة. وهذا السلام الذي يسمح بالتطلع إلى المستقبل بقلب متصالح لا يمكنه تحقيقه إلا بالمغفرة. إن النضال الحقيقي من أجل التحرر لن يحسم نهائيا إلا حين يسود السلام في القلوب. أعلم كم تصعب المغفرة، ومع ذلك وبينما تتزايد الصراعات في كل أنحاء العالم لا يجوز للأحقاد أن تتراكم بعضها فوق بعض جيلا بعد جيل.
The future belongs to men and women of peace. In the end, justice will always triumph over injustice, just as violence, despite all appearances, will never have the last word.
المستقبل هو في يد الرجال والنساء صناع السلام، وفي النهاية سينتصر العدل على الظلم دائما، كما أن العنف بالرغم من كل المظاهر لن تكون له الكلمة الأخيرة أبدا.
In this land, where cultures and religions intersect, mutual respect is the path that enables everyone to walk together. May Algeria, firm in its roots and steadfast in the hope of its young men and women, continue to contribute to stability and dialogue within the international community and along the shores of the Mediterranean.
في هذه الأرض ملتقى الثقافات والأديان، إن الاحترام المتبادل هو الطريق الذي يمكن الشعوب من السير معا. أرجو أن تبقى الجزائر وهي القوية بجذورها وأمل شبابها قادرة على مواصلة إسهامها في الاستقرار والحوار داخل المجتمع الدولي وعلى ضفتي البحر الأبيض المتوسط.
Every people possesses a unique patrimony of history, culture, and faith. Algeria, too, is blessed with this richness, which has sustained it through difficult times and continues to guide it into the future. Faith in God has a central place in your heritage. Indeed, faith illuminates the life of each person, sustains families, and inspires a sense of fraternity. A nation that loves God possesses true wealth, and the Algerian people cherish this jewel as one of their treasures. Our world needs believers like this, men and women of faith who thirst for justice and unity. For this reason, in the face of a humanity yearning for fraternity and reconciliation, it is a great gift and a sacred duty for us to declare with conviction that we are always united as brothers and sisters, children of the one God.
كل شعب يحتفظ بتراث فريد من التاريخ والثقافة والإيمان، وتمتلك الجزائر أيضا هذا الغنى الذي عزز مسيرتها في الأوقات الصعبة ولا يزال يوجه مستقبلها. في هذا التراث يحتل الإيمان بالله المقام الأول، فهو ينير حياة الناس ويسند ويدعم العائلات ويلهم روح الأخوة. والشعب الذي يحب الله يمتلك الغنى الحقيقي، وشعب الجزائر يحتفظ بهذه الجوهرة في خزائن كنوزه. عالمنا بحاجة إلى مؤمنين من هذا النمط، رجالا ونساء ممتلئين إيمانا ومتعطشين للعدل والوحدة. لذلك وأمام إنسانية تطوق إلى الأخوة والمصالحة، إن إعلاننا القوي وعيشنا الدائم معا كإخوة فيما بيننا وأبناء لله هو نعمة عظيمة والتزام مبارك.
There are those who search for riches that fade away, deceive and disappoint, and which sadly often end up corrupting the human heart, giving rise to envy, rivalry, and conflict. To these people, Jesus repeats the question that he asked 2,000 years ago. For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his life? It is a crucial question for everyone. The dead whom we honor here have already given their answer. They lost their lives, but in doing so, they gave them up for the love of their own people. May their example sustain the people of Algeria and all of us on our journey, for true freedom is not merely inherited, it is chosen anew every day.
إلى الذين يسعون وراء غنى زائل يخدع ويخيب الآمال، وكثيرا ما يفسد للأسف قلب الإنسان ويولد الحسد والمخاصمات والصراعات. ما زال السيد المسيح يكرر السؤال الذي طرحه قبل 2000 سنة: ماذا ينفع الإنسان لو ربح العالم كله وخسر نفسه؟ إنه سؤال أساسي للجميع، وقد أجاب عنه الذين سبقونا ويكرمون هنا. لقد فقدوا حياتهم بل بذلوها حبا لشعبهم، ليكن تاريخهم سندا لشعب الجزائر ولنا جميعا في مسيرتنا، لأن الحرية الحقيقية لا نرثها فحسب بل نختارها كل يوم.
Allow me therefore to conclude by repeating the words of Jesus to his disciples, which we have come to call the Sermon on the Mount or the Beatitudes. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
اسمحوا لي إذن أن أختتم حديثي مكررا كلمات السيد المسيح لتلاميذه، تلك التي نسميها عظة الجبل أو التطويبات. طوبى لفقراء الروح فإن لهم ملكوت السماوات. طوبى للمحزونين فإنهم يعزون. طوبى للودعاء فإنهم يرثون الأرض. طوبى للجياع والعطاش إلى البر فإنهم يشبعون. طوبى للرحماء فإنهم يرحمون. طوبى لأطهار القلوب فإنهم يشاهدون الله. طوبى للساعين إلى السلام فإنهم أبناء الله يدعون. طوبى للمضطهدين على البر فإن لهم ملكوت السماوات.
Thank you for your warm welcome. May God bless you.
شكرا لحسن استقبالكم، بارككم الله.
And we heard Pope Leo speaking to this crowd of about 2,000 people who are gathered here at the Martyrs Monument in Algiers. Holy Father waving. in gratitude for his welcome that he received here. This is his first public speaking event of the morning. The Holy Father arrived at the airport and then met briefly with the president, and now he will head back to the presidential palace, or head to the presidential palace, to meet with the president once again for more formal talks before speaking to civil authorities. And we will bring you that broadcast here shortly, so please join us again. And thank you for watching and following this live broadcast of Pope Leo XIV's visit to the Maqam et-Shahid Martyrs Monument in Algiers. Please visit our Vatican News web portal, Facebook, Instagram. And on behalf of Vatican Media, my name is Devin Watkins. Thank you for joining us. Laudetur Jesus Christus. Praised be Jesus Christ.
you.